Salutations gamers, I'm the OgichiGame, and I'm actually going to be starting a new series, something that I haven't done before. Now, something you may or may not know is I actually know quite a bit about fitness, but I haven't been on a proper workout regimen for a good maybe 5 months or so. Whole story to that, but I'm not going to get into it right now. Anyway, I haven't been on a proper regimen in about 5 months now, and so I decided, why not make a YouTube series about the new regimen? I'm actually going to be doing a very experimental new regimen that I've created. Going to be testing it out and seeing how it goes. This regimen is a little different than the regimens that I normally make, so I don't exactly know how well it's going to be, how effective it's going to be. I'll put up a graphic so you can see what I've written up about it. So, the basic premise of this very experimental new regimen is a 1-to-1 week alternating regimen of cutting and building. So I go through periods of extreme cutting, and then I go to sort of build weeks where I try to bring back muscle that I may have lost. And doing this sort of cycle, the idea is to, 1, lose weight, but also the building weeks by having the alternating is to try to be able to build back to maintain muscle. I'm probably still going to weaken quite a bit from this regimen, but the idea isn't about building strength, but rather about simply building a physique. And also, I'm going to be making a weekly vlog. As I said, this is going to be a new series, so I'm going to record myself on camera at the end of the day, every day, and compile all that together at the very end of a week, and make a weekly vlog series about my progress. And I encourage all of you to make your own regimens, or your own diets, or maybe you could follow mine. I'll explain very quickly what the regimen entails for me. So, starting tomorrow, I begin my first cut week. During a cut week, I can only eat 2 apples a day. I get 1 apple in the morning, and 1 apple midday. The only exercises I'm allowed to do are ab exercises. Only ab exercises. The sort of logic behind this is not to try to burn fat in that area, because that wouldn't work. The idea is I need to do some kind of exercises to burn calories. However, if I exhaust my other muscles too much, I may cause them to weaken too much before the end of the week, and it will be hard to bring them back. The ab muscles, however, I can afford to lose, unlike some of my other muscles. So I can afford to lose them a bit more than the other muscles, because they're not quite as important. They are obviously important, and I do plan to build them back when I finish with this regimen, but for the moment, I can afford to lose them, so hopefully I can weaken them the most without affecting my other muscles too much. I don't know if that will work, but that's hopefully the plan. That's the plan. I need to do exercises, but I need to avoid straining my muscles too much. So I get 2 apples a day for 7 days. And that's the cut week. And I do only ab exercises. And tomorrow starts that. And it's going to be a living hell. Then I go on to a build week, which is a high-protein, low-sugar diet, where I eat mostly meat and cheese and bread, and I try to avoid very heavily processed sugars like cakes, or pies, or chocolates, or that sort of thing. I mostly try to eat meat and cheese and bread and some vegetables. But I eat a lot of it, and I do a lot of different exercises, which I'll show on screen. I can't remember them all off the top of my head. I believe it goes arms and shoulders, chest and back, legs and abs, and then arms and shoulders, chest and back, legs and abs, and then arms and shoulders again, but light, because the day after that would be another cut week. And again, I highly encourage all of you to make your own regimens and try to work along with me. If I can do an insane, basically starving myself regimen, I think you guys can get a basic regimen going and do it week by week and try to follow along with me. If you have any questions for me, or anything about fitness, as I said, I've made plenty of regimens before. I've actually done some personal training with people. I've actually made different regimens for people. I made one for losing weight a while back. I've made a couple for that purpose. Not so much for physique. Oh yes, one other thing I completely overlooked was that I am only going to be allowed to drink this much water a day. It's not written on the board, on my paper that I have, but I fill this up with water at the beginning of the day, and this is the only water that I'm allowed to have. This is actually quite a bit of water, but it's still probably going to end up being a bit of a deficit of water in the long run. I'm going to have to be very careful about rationing this out, and the reason for limiting my water supply is to help tighten skin. Because it will dry out skin, but it will also sort of tighten skin. It makes it less elastic and more likely to tighten up. If you have any questions, though, about fitness or anything else, please leave them in the comments below. If you have any questions for me, it doesn't matter. Just leave them in the comments below, and I will read them in the next weekly vlog. Anyway, though, guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!